Hey everybody, it's the Pearlo Wisdom Show, and I'm Pearlo Wisdom. How you doing, everybody? Remember Manscaped? Manscaped, go check it out. I forgot to mention that yesterday. Hit the link, we get a subscriber, and there's more people in the show. Right? I get to do this every day when we have sponsors. Woo! What a great night it was for hockey. It was I had 8. I went 8-1 for picks. Yeah, I had the Nucks. I was pretty sure that Boudreaux was going to lighten up the mood in that place, and that's what he's going to do. Oilers, man! Oilers, man! How you doing, buddy? Big game tonight. Big game tonight. I'm not liking the Oilers tonight, let me put it that way. I don't have them as a pick. Yeah, Edler returned to Vancouver and got his butt kicked. I watch that Vancouver team now, I'll tell you. Bruce Boudreau is a savvy coach. He's a very relaxed dude. He can, he knows how to balance his intensity, but right now they needed to have fun there in Vancouver, and that's the guy to get. He's funny as heck. He's a super funny dude, and I'm taking the Wild. I said, you heard me yesterday. I said there's no way that the Oilers win tonight. There's no way that the Oilers win tonight. You can't watch that game. You can't watch the Oilers game because of regional blocking. I'm fortunate that I got. Here we go. I got something from here. Yeah. Which game could you not watch? The Vancouver game? Yeah. Vancouver did look really well. Use computer then. Yeah, you can check it out on. I don't even know how to do that. I just got all the channels, so I have center ice package because this is what I do for a living, so I kind of got to have it. I forgot. I got to figure out how to do all this tax stuff. Like I should get that back in taxes and stuff. But so that was Bruce Boudreau's first game as a Vancouver Canuck. I'm really rooting for Bruce Boudreau there in Vancouver. Just because I just love the guy. He's great. It's just, it's so unfortunate that he hasn't been able to have success in the playoffs. And a lot of that has been talked about anyways, that it's because of his laid-back personality that the teams don't have the proper intensity come playoff time. And he's had 967 games or whatever. Is it 900? Isn't he 27 games away from 1,000 games coached, which he'll now get in Vancouver. So that's going to totally change the energy there in Vancouver. They're going to be able to have a couple games to celebrate, to get to know Bruce, and then have a little celebration for his 1,000 game played and all of that stuff like that. So should be fun in Vancouver now. Now it's going to be interesting to see who they get as a general manager. The guy that would have been great there is the guy that Montreal got in Gorton. That's why I would have, maybe they had him in mind already. I don't know. Or maybe they'll stick with Stan Smyl. He didn't really get the general manager job. He's just sort of, it's kind of an empty title, and they're all working as a committee as a general manager right now. I heard about that Oilers, man, that the Canucks were talking about Marc Bergevin. I don't know, man. You know what? Marc Bergevin keep betting on if he wanted to stick around. It's too bad they couldn't have gave him a significant amount of money to stay in a head scouting capacity. Because he's did well in scouting, and then Bergevin. I mean, that guy's not afraid to do just about anything. But his record in scouting in Montreal was terrible, so I would keep him far away from that. But he did seem to do really well at piecing together a roster that can win a cup. So, I mean, you can't deny that. They did make it to the finals, and he did it like super quick. Got a raw deal in Mini. Yeah, I think they probably did. It was a tough roster, but we we will be enemies tonight. I mean, I want the Oilers to win. I'm from Edmonton here. Hey Mercer, how you doing? But I don't believe they will. They've shown me nothing. Did you see? By the way, I'll see if I can find it here, and maybe I'll put it up in the. Oh, you wouldn't be able to read it anyways. But Tippett came out and said finally what I've been saying all along. And he said that the slide with Seattle and LA has been coming for a while, that they have been playing poorly. I'm kicking myself I didn't take LA in that game. I just thought their offense might be able to pull it out like they have been doing. But he said that they've been riding on special teams and their play hasn't really been that good all year. That's what Tippett said. And I was like, yes, that is so true. I agree with that. Well, yeah, I mean, the Kane to Vancouver has been said to be traded to Vancouver as a possibility. Yeah. People are floating things out there. Kane's got to really show a different attitude before anybody's going to touch him, I think. What would you get back? Like, you would have to get back like Ekman Larson. Just imagine if they got Ekman Larson back. They would have like the most offensive defenseman on any team. Overpaid. Carlson, Ekman Larson, and Burns. There would be nobody in the defensive zone other. Because they would have to go dollar for dollar on that deal. Now, I'm pretty sure anything that's going to have to happen I think what's going to happen is he's going to be bought out at the end of the year. That's what I think is going to happen. He's going to be bought out at the end of the year because they're going to have to retain at least half that salary to give him any value whatsoever right now. So, and then maybe Vancouver gives him a shot after that. He's been bought out, so he's a free agent. You can sign him for whatever, you know what I mean? And then give him, a short leash to try to make it. Oh, yeah, I'm just saying something like that would probably have to happen, Kyle, because they'd have to go dollar for dollar. And I can't think, unless it was like a bag of pucks like Sutter and guys like that, that are injured most of the time anyways. I think San Jose probably will just buy him out. Save them probably. I think I saw that it was going to cost him about $2.5 million for the next however many years, like 5 years or something like that on the cap. And then they got $4 million to play, $4 or $5 million to play around with to add some more to that roster, I guess. Otherwise, if they could go to a team and say, they're gonna have to retain money no matter what. They're gonna have to retain money on that salary for anybody to touch it. There's no way anybody's gonna touch that salary. It's too much of a risk. Yeah, he's saying all the right things right now, but and I believe in. Don't get me wrong though. I believe in Kane. I believe he can turn his life around. I believe it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But just as much as I believe it, how many times have we seen people not be able to get over that mountain? So, and that's a lot of risk, because if he doesn't get over that mountain, you got $7 million on your cap, and you're the one stuck with the dude. with, it's by the sounds of it, that's a lot of attitude change when everybody on the team doesn't want him back. That's saying a lot. Yeah, I heard that. I mean, that's been talked about for a while for him to Vancouver because he's from that area. So, but I just don't see it. I don't see that, especially right now with the season they've had, to take a chance on a guy like that doesn't really make much sense to me. When they got to sign, or they want to sign, I think Besser, and they got guys that they have to sign that are in the room already. It just doesn't seem like a plausible. I get it because he's from the area, but I think somebody's just throwing darts at a board there. I don't think they're. I don't. What team would be? It all depends on his attitude. I mean, if he changes his attitude and it's noticeable in the minors for, like, say, the rest of the year, believe me, if there's a team out there that thinks this guy has changed and they start hearing things like he's not a problem in the room at all anymore, he never goes to the casino, it looks like rehab has really helped this guy, there'll be people in, and there'll be lots of teams in. No doubt about it. If he does that, there will be teams in. So what team would be good for? Any team that needs scoring. If his attitude has changed, the guy's a 30-goal scoring. I don't know if Vancouver, actually, as player to player, I'm not sure Vancouver would be the right one for that. I could see, like, Detroit would probably give him a shot. He's not that old of a guy. Chicago maybe. Anybody with, especially teams with cap space that are looking to not be rebuilding anymore. Maybe Anaheim. Anaheim would love to have a winger like that to play with Zegras. Columbus Blue Jackets will probably be on there. I mean, New Jersey Devils, they need a big shooter like him, hardcore. I'm sure they'd be on there. Rangers, you could go down the list. That's the thing. If Kane's attitude is different, everybody in the league wants Kane. It's just the attitude that's the problem. I mean, the Oilers, yeah, I'm sure they would be on the phone, even though that's not really what they need. It'd be kind of hard not to at least imagine the idea of Kane being with McDavid or Draisaitl and all of that. My gosh, it'd be crazy. Oh, there's casinos everywhere. If a guy's got a gambling problem, it doesn't matter where you are. You're going to bet. You don't even need to go to the casino. You got it online and all that stuff like that. First of all, you got he had a gambling problem. He had an addiction issue. So first of all, there has to be, the main concern is that he's over his addiction. And that's probably going to take some time to build up some trust for that. So people, that's first. He gets caught in a casino somewhere or whatever. I mean, you just put yourself back how long again? There's casinos, like, you can go anywhere. New York or, like, just really Columbus, I'm sure, has got casinos, and that's one of the most quote boring cities, from what I understand, that you could go to if it's more of a family place, and I'm sure they've got casinos there. Edmonton here has 3 or 4 casinos here in Edmonton, so casinos are everywhere. Then I guess some states don't have casinos, all right, because it's still illegal. It sounds. Oh yeah, Philadelphia. Well, I mean, he would be fantastic for Philadelphia if his attitude has changed. Imagine Kane playing with Coots. That'd be freaking beautiful, man. That's exactly what Philadelphia needs, actually. A big power forward that can pot goals like that. They don't have anything like that at all. Good. Awesome take, CL, for sure. Philadelphia would be all over that. It didn't. Yeah, I mean, AV had to go there. There was nothing happening there for 2 years now. You can't just keep on banging your head against the wall with the same guy. Yeah, I'm sure he won't get much ice time, Waco. I still say Toronto wins that game. So that's against Columbus, right? Yeah. Kane to Arizona. I mean, that's a good possibility, actually. You want to go somewhere, not a bad place to go. Out of the limelight. I guess maybe Vegas wouldn't be the right place, right? Out of the limelight, you don't have any pressure on you right now. You just go out there and play hard. LA, yeah. I thought they had him, Hygiene. Kaliev was a 40-goal scorer, right? I think it will. I believe in Kane. I believe in Kaner. I believe this really was the time when he's turned his life around. I really believe it. I do. I do believe it. I believe that he's going to change a lot. I've seen it happen over and over again. And I mean, the benefit for him is through all of his issues, the guy still had to be driven to get to where he got. You can't get to the NHL just floating. Like, he still had to have that drive to get there. So if he can have that drive to get to the NHL, I'm sure he can have that drive to get over his issues and overcome it. I believe Kane will do it. I really do. Yeah, there was talk about that's just the first name that comes to mind. It's fresh in everybody's head right now. The Bergevin. But I mean, if you look at his body of work, I don't know. The scouting is really good there. Like, if you're hiring Bergevin, it's mostly because he's going to be proactive. Like, he's going to be active. I mean, he's a guy that is willing to take chances. But I don't know. It's not the guy I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy I'd be looking for a guy who has a long-term vision for what a team is supposed to be. Really just, okay, where are we at? Let's move on from a couple guys, get some picks. Let's look at the market, see what we can do to fill this team with character. Needs character, hardcore. And some defensive defensemen to help Hughes and guys like that they have right now. You're not going to be able to get rid of Myers, so we realize we have an overpriced 5-6. You just take that for what it is. Possibly, maybe there's some GM out there that is blind and thinks he's still worth something, but I find it hard to believe that they are. And that's really where I think it would start. You got Ilya Podkolzin, Pettersson. Garland's only 25. That was actually a pretty nice move by Benning getting Garland. I would say, sign Bo Horvat up, move on from JT Miller. See what you can get for him at the deadline. And start building some depth and size on the wings here in... because you got Hoglander, Garland, you're too small. Yeah, they're hardworking guys, but they need to get some beef in that lineup. And they might be able to get it with JT Miller. Like, there was talk about Greenway, although I don't think he uses his size enough. I'm really thinking of guys that actually use their size and can be a good complement. But somebody like in Arizona there, why do I always forget his name? Lawson Krause. Somebody like that. Some guys like that. Lawson Krause, guys like that on the wings. Denny Barlow, how you doing up, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. I know. Draisaitl's numbers are insane. I knew that. I mean, I can believe it. I didn't think coaching was really the problem. But on the same note, I get that. I like the move. This was a really good move getting Boudreau. I think he's the perfect guy for them right now. Oh no, Dahlstrom is playing. Oh my gosh, maybe my St. Louis pick isn't good. They're gonna have to shorten their lineup and kick ass there. Well, I mean, from what I've seen in LA, the hard part, Hajin, is for young players is adapting to the physicality of being in a lineup. I think Kaliev is going to be an extremely good player, but it really does take a lot of time for most players to adapt to the physicality, especially a guy like Kaliev who plays the way he does. He needs to play big. And I think that's why they have him in the fourth line, because he's basically saying, we look at your fourth line guys, like look at LA here. LA Kings. The biggest problem I see with the LA Kings is they're too small on the D line. Their D is too small. They're getting beat up bad. They're getting beat up bad. That's the biggest problem. But okay, they got him with Tynan right now. Who's out? Blake Lizotte. Okay, and Elias Anderson. Okay, those aren't really the guys, and that's kind of the problem. Oh, Grundstrom. Grundstrom's okay, and you know what? They don't have a classic fourth line guy, but down there, his job is to be physical and cycle down low and drive hard to the net and all of those physical things that he's going to need to do on the number 1 and 2 line. So I would say that more than likely McLellan feels that he's not there yet to where he needs him to be playing in the top line. He can't be this. He can't play the same way as he did in junior in the AHL. So Lemieux is supposed to be there, right? I forgot about that. Lemieux. Guys like that need to help him become that. And I think he will become that. He looks like a guy who's listening to everything he's been told. It looks like he's soaking it in really well. He's really progressed since he was in the AHL, since he came up, from what I can tell. So I think he'll be great, but it's just taking some time. I was with you. I thought he'd play higher sooner too, but I really have a lot of respect for McLellan. I didn't think it was a good idea when Edmonton fired him. I really like him as a coach, and I think he knows what he's doing there. I really do. Chris Russell on waivers? What? Why would they put... Oh, somebody else must be coming in the lineup tonight for Minnesota. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I haven't put a pick in for Minnesota yet, but I might be less likely to take Minnesota if they're getting some guys back in the lineup right now. What do we got here? Brandon Perlini and Scott Harrington put on waivers. Brandon Perlini's put on waivers. Oh, Devin Shore's coming back. Okay, no big deal. Tampa Bay claim Riley Nash. Wow. Devin Dubnyk signs AHL PTO. I don't see that, but let me check Cap Friendly. Why would Russell be put on waivers? I think Chris Russell, okay, it doesn't say that here. But if Chris Russell's put on waivers, my thinking is that they are making cap room for a deal. He's better than Brown in some areas, but he's not better than Brown in that area. Brown is still a pretty hardcore player. Wilder. I know. I got Wild. Until I see something, I think the Wild will make that defense go around in circles. Are you like? And I shouldn't even be telling you that because I got people paying me for that information. But I shouldn't even be saying that. But from what I've seen from Edmonton's defense and Minnesota's offensive game, I think it could get pretty ugly. Jeremy Swayman in goal for Bruins. Top Shelf Hockey said Russell on waivers. Wow. Okay, I haven't heard that anywhere. Good. He's getting some inside information now. How do you fix Edmonton? Well, the good thing so far, the good thing I heard yesterday is at least Tippett knows it, that his team is not playing well in the defensive end of the defensive end. Now, Tippett's just got to work with what he's got. He's not going to call out and say, we need better players, although they do, on defense. But how do you fix it? Personally, I would hope that somebody would bite on Barry for a defensive defenseman out there. I would have Barry out there all over the place. I'm wondering if there's a team out there that would, I would take Forbert. Although I don't think Sweeney's too smart for that. To take Barry. I'd be hoping I could find a team that would take Barry for a defensive defenseman. I don't know who would do that. Maybe a team that's out of it and you give up a pick with it. I would even take but the Kaiser's hurt again. I'd have to really look at that. I can't really find anybody right now that would be willing to do that because it would have to be dollar for dollar too. Maybe Montreal for Sherratt. And then hope the heck you can re-sign him or something like that. I mean, Sherratt's not the best guy in the world, but he's better than Barry. And at least he's got some size. He can do some damage. What's that? I missed that, CL. You were hoping who was Nash? Did Edmonton pick up Connaughton? I mean, that's not bad. He's just terrible defensively. He's just terrible. He's not worth his offense at all, Barry. Barry to the Coyotes, but I mean, who are you going to get back? That does make some sense. But I mean, they don't really. Who would they get back? Let's bring up Arizona here. Especially, they're in the same division too. I guess it wouldn't matter to them. Like Lyabushkin, Anton Strawman. I guess both of those guys would be better than Barry. Why not? Why not? Maybe you could get Lyabushkin and Ladd's making too much money. Christian Fisher's too slow. I don't know. Maybe somebody else. I don't know. Oh, they need a third line center. Maybe Dzingel. Maybe give Dzingel a shot or something like that. Why not? Barry in a second for Sherratt. Done. Let's do it. Gordon out there, I know you're listening. There you go. We got a deal. You're doing that. Barry and a second for Sherratt. And hopefully, well, how about this? Barry and a conditional second for Sherratt. How's that? Because that, something like that. Half the team? Who's on COVID protocol? Now Boston games are going to be postponed here right away? Dermott out with injury. I got to look at this. I think that's got to... They're playing St. Louis, right? No, they're playing Columbus. Shoot. Maybe I picked the wrong thing. As soon as I put a free pick out there. Because you got Christian Rubin's going to play. And who else did you say? Dermott's injured. Not Biega. Biega's not playing. It's Christian Rubins. Who the heck? He's just big. He's had 4 points in 16 games. I don't know. We'll have to see how he turns out to be like, but I didn't know half the team is on COVID protocol. Allmark is on COVID protocol. Swayman's the guy they got to go with anyways, I think. You guys bringing up all this stuff. Okay. Oh, Grizzlick is. Noshik is. Bleed and Zaboral. And Charlie Coyle. Well, it's not half the team, but it's enough of the team, that's for sure. It doesn't say anything about Linus Ullmark, though. Not yet. Not on... Cap, buddy. Cap. Kessel's too expensive. They would have to retain on Kessel. If they retained on Kessel, then yeah, I'd do that deal in a heartbeat. Why not? Why not? 2 second-round picks. What do we need our seconds for? Screw it. Dzingel, Lyabushkin, and Kessel. Throw Kessel up there. He can't play defense with the darn, but would it matter? You got Kessel feeding Draisaitl and McDavid all... I mean, like, he can still pass her like crazy. He still has a lot of game, man. Just tell your young players, don't do what he does in the off time, man. Just don't do that. That's it. That's all you got to do is tell people you don't want to be like him in the off. Luukkonen? Luukkonen is a guy that they have been trying. He's been like he's their goaltender of the future. And so far in the AHL, he hasn't done very well. When he was up last year, he either did okay or he got lit up hard. So I'm thinking Anaheim should be able to get a few passes from tonight. You're trying to figure out how the Islanders the Islanders have played their game on and off so far. Once they consistently play that system again, they'll be fine. It's just consistently play that system is the problem. And get Pulock back. The big problem is their younger players. Their fill-in players are just not good enough, too. That's the two big things. Spezza is getting suspended, yeah, so he'll be out of the lineup tonight. I don't know, maybe I made a mistake with that Columbus pick. Shoot. They got a whole bunch of guys going to be out of the lineup. Oh, that doesn't really affect much with Bruce Cassidy. They can go a couple days without that. That's Luukkonen is they've been grooming him to be their number one for a long time, and it doesn't look like he's going to make it. After he goes up a little bit, man, that Dawson should have known about. Everybody should have known about that Dawson Mercer kid when he got drafted too, because he bullied his way onto the junior team before he was ready. Everybody was talking about how this kid and how he's progressing so fast, like a late bloomer. And then when the draft comes up, everybody fades him. I didn't understand that until New Jersey got him. And they desperately needed a guy like Kyle Mercer there. Like, he could have went to so many different places and he didn't go anywhere. Okay, now we got a little quiet here in the chat, so I'm going to go look at the games from last night. Okay, so there was only, there was 5. The Senators Devils, that was kind of a boring game. Man, the Senators are getting it done though. They're finding ways to win. That team is going to be really, really good. It's just they're a couple pieces of talent away from being that good. Yeah, I still think they're going to win that game. I love their energy. It's not like the losses they had. Minnesota, I mean, it's nothing to lose to Minnesota in their barn. Whatever, they played that hard. And then you got to jump on a plane and go over and play a Winnipeg team that is just digging themselves out of their offensive woes. Pretty hard for any team to win that back-to-back mini Winnipeg. To get a win there. They got a point. Now they come back home. They got a little bit of rest. They rally together. I have a feeling that they'll win that game. You still got Campbell playing extremely well. And that was the other thing. Wall didn't play. You're playing your backup kid in Winnipeg against Hollebuck, tired. I mean, it wasn't a very good chance that they were going to win that game. No matter, I know they're talented, but the Svechnikovs. Oh, yeah. I don't know who to take in that game. Carolina and Winnipeg. Oh, so Seth Jarvis is at home playing Winnipeg? Yeah, I'm leaning Carolina because they're just so strong. So strong. But the Jets are playing rocking right now. They're going to be up for that game. That's going to be a fun game to watch. You got Winnipeg? Well, we'll get into that when we do our picks, but that's going to be a tough game. I'm not touching that one. Feels like a tie. Feels like a tie. Feels like a draw. Yeah, Jarvis is from Winnipeg. That's right, because I remember when they were picking that, they took that was that the year they took that kid that they have in the minors there? What's his name? I'm positive that was the year. They took. Why is his name escaping? Cole Perfetti. How's Cole doing in the minors? That was the year they took Cole Perfetti. He's got 15 points in 17 games. Doing pretty good. Drafted 10th overall. He's from Whitby, Ontario, which isn't far away either, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't go after Jarvis there, because, I mean, Perfetti is small, too. The only thing I can think of is they wanted a center, and he can play center, but Jets, Canes, draw. Yeah, I mean, it feels like a draw. Yeah, Philadelphia had to have that game against a kid goaltender, but Colorado can score too. Jones is Jones. Tough. And it sounds like probably Yo just said go out and play and have fun and all that. And I guess they did, except they lost. Makar's playing like Bobby Orr. Makar, yeah. That on his draft year, I couldn't believe people weren't taking him number 1. I was like, what are these scouts looking at? This kid is good. Makar is going to be a Norris level. They're taking Patrick and Heischer. I was like, what? Why would you take a guy with concussion issues over a defenseman that had the wheels and everything that Makar had? I didn't understand that. Just think about it, CL, if you're listening out there right now. Or New Jersey could have had Makar. Philadelphia could have had Makar. He was picked 3rd by Colorado. And I was just like, what? If you watch my old videos back then, I did it. I always do videos on the draft, and I say who I would pick in the draft and stuff like that. I was all over Makar number 1 that year. I couldn't believe it that there was any scout that watched that kid and thought he wasn't the number 1 overall. I don't understand. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe. I was. Maybe there was an attitude issue. Like, there's so many other issues you don't know about at the time. Also, sometimes we've talked about it before. I talk about it before, that sometimes a kid will say, I don't want to play here, I don't want to play there, and they'll tell the agent there. I'm thinking that he wanted to play in Colorado. And because at the time, Colorado, there would have been no resistance for him to play there. But I would have thought the same in New Jersey. There might have been some reason why Makar did not want to go to New Jersey and did not want to go to Philadelphia. And he might have told his agent, I don't want to go there. So if you're a team and a kid is saying, I don't want to go to your city, you can't really pick them, right? That's just going to cause a lot of problems. I'm thinking that must have been what happened, because scouts are too smart, man. Like I'm not dissing scouts. They're scouts in the NHL for a reason. And I think it's more likely that something like that happened than scouts were looking at those guys going, yeah, Makar's not as good as those. I just can't see it. Everyone left that game, so we sat ice level for the... Oh! You sat ice level for the 3rd? Oh my gosh. That's a diehard, though. Wow. I guess everybody left that game. It was over. And you went down ice level just so you can see everything. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's incredible. Makar is an absolute freaking beast. He's playing tonight, too. Alex Steves, yeah. You're picking the Preds. Okay, so isn't it who's playing tonight? You were asking about the Islanders game. Islanders, Ottawa. I don't know. I could see PL too. I mean, the Islanders should win that game. Ottawa's on a back-to-back. They played in overtime last night in New Jersey. Okay. That was in New Jersey, or was that... Oh, I should look that up. Was that at home? I could have swore that was in New Jersey. Let me look it up here. Ottawa's, and they're going to be playing Gustafsson, who has been here nor there. Yeah. Yeah, they played in New Jersey. And I do believe that this is the first game back. How long of a road trip have they been on? Let me see. Hey, Devondra, how you doing? Okay. Oh, what's going on? Okay, the Islanders had that break. Where are we? Ottawa. Okay, Ottawa. Okay, it wasn't a long road trip or nothing like that. It's not the first game back from a road trip. The Islanders, both of these teams shouldn't be, the Islanders should definitely have more legs than Ottawa. Ottawa does have young legs, though. Ottawa plays bullish. Like, they play like bulls. They're totally aggressive. They know that their defense is not the strongest, so they play a high-pressure offensive system and try to keep it in the offensive end as much as possible. But they never give up. Yeah, the Islanders played in New Jersey. It's not far from New Jersey to New York, but they played in overtime last night. Let's put it this way. This is a game the Islanders, if they lose it, you know they're not progressing. This is a game that the Islanders should have. Any team should beat a team that's on a back-to-back like that when they themselves have had some days off, I believe. Yeah, they should win that game. The Islanders should win that game. But the problem is that they've been playing so poorly, you can't have... You're wearing a Red Wings jersey? Yeah, they're CL. That's the thing, is we're afraid of New York because New York has played so poorly most of the time. You don't know what you're getting. And they're playing timid. They're not playing their game at all. I don't know. They should beat Ottawa there. But right now, Ottawa's playing like a bat out of hell, like they did in the second half last year. It's just, it's almost like aggressive chaos. They're just going to keep on coming at you at any chance they get. And of course, that's like the Brady Tkachuk energy there. They're going to beat you down. If they lose, they're going to beat the crap out of you. I love them, actually. You know how much I like Brady Tkachuk. He's my favorite player in the league, I think, right now. That's good coaching. What's good coaching? They have no confidence. They're not playing LGRW. Devondra, why don't you come over to bpalpicks.com? Search it. Look it over there. I was 8-1 last night, man. 8-1. Could have pounded everything. Yeah, you gotta love the Sens energy. I do love the Sens energy. The hard part about the Sens is they'll either keep it close, or they'll get blown out altogether. You got that Gustafsson kid in. What's he got for? What's his save percentage and stuff? Shoot! The Flames are going with Vladar. They're still gonna get that. Spencer Knight in for Florida tonight. Jake Allen. Where the heck is it? Gustafsson. 3.64 and a .899. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But the problem is, this right now it says Varlamov, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Sorokin. As much as The Islanders seem to play heavy. Like maybe I think the over on that might be what you want to go with. Go Caps! How you doing? The Wings? I think that's a kind of a toss-up too. It's Nashville and the Wings, right? I could see it going either way. Saros plays hot. I mean, I think the Wings are playing hotter right now. So, but then they've got Bertuzzi out. K-Swiss! How you doing, buddy? Islanders, right, K-Swiss? We're just talking Islanders. You just missed out. Yeah, it's just it's hard to figure out the Sens where they're gonna be. But right now, I mean, the last couple of games, I believe they're on a heater right now, right? Like, isn't this a couple? This is a couple in a row for Ottawa. Yeah, 3 in a row. Colorado, they beat them because of very bad goaltending. Carolina was bagged all the crap when they played that game, and they got outshot all to crap. And then New Jersey last night, they're too soft. New Jersey's too soft to play a team like Ottawa. That's the thing, is the Islanders are not really soft. Who's going to be in the lineup for the Islanders? That's a really interesting game. Who's going to be in the lineup? Yeah, I had the over on that, Devondre. That was nice. Lee, Barzal, Bailey, Bellows, Pajot, Palmieri. Palmieri can't do nothing right now. Bovilio, Charnik, Wallstrom, Martin. Chara, Aho. Man. Is there any chance anybody comes in now? Cizikas is out. Pulak is out. Brock Nelson is out. That's another big one too. I think it's going to be really close. Okay, I know what I'm going to do for that play. I can't say because it's paid. It's a paid pick. I know what I'm going to do for that now. Now that I've talked to you guys about it, it's not going to be the side though. I don't think it's going to be on the total. Yeah, it's about a coin flip game, so I can't say it's a lock, but it's a coin flip game, so you might as well go with the underdog. You might as well go with the underdog since it is a coin flip game, I think. The Jets are playing really good now too. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Lauren's, of course, going to say that the Canes win, and the Canes could win, but I could definitely see Winnipeg winning that too. That's like, and that's another draw, because I can't tell you why that's a draw. That to me seems like a draw. I think both teams would be pretty happy if that was a draw. That's why I think it's a draw. Winnipeg, so they're playing Carolina, and then they go on the road against Seattle and Vancouver. Carolina has not played for a while, but this is that Western road trip. Oh my gosh. Carolina's going to want to win this one because then you got Calgary, then Edmonton and Vancouver back to back. This is going to be a barn burner game. I'm telling you. Barn burner game. This is going to be a measuring stick game for Winnipeg. And, I mean, when you're doing that Western road trip, you really want to get that first game. So, Carolina was home. Oh, hopefully they traveled early. Because they've had a couple days to travel. Hopefully they traveled early, so they got their legs about them for this one. I would love to know that information. When did teams go fly so they can? Because Carolina to Winnipeg is a fair trek. They did fly early. Okay, well that'll help. Does Carolina have anybody else in the lineup that wasn't in there before? Aho, Teravainen, Jarvis, Trocheck, Nietzsche, Svechnikov, Stalfast. Yeah, Slavin, Cole. Bear is in. Bear is in tonight. But Brendan Smith is in tonight. Who do they have? D'Angelo and Pesci are both out. Wow, that's tough. Anderson should be playing, right? Yeah, Winnipeg is hot. I think I'm leaning Winnipeg here. I just got a feel. It's more like a gut. I got a gut on Winnipeg. They're at home. They're playing hot. They're going to be gunning for this game. This is going to be a measuring stick game for them. Oh, Boileau's in. Who's out? Pionk is out. Right. Logan Stanley's going to get way too many minutes tonight. Yeah, I don't know. Logan Stanley's going to be playing too many minutes tonight, man. Wow. That is tough. I would go, oh my gosh, you got two great goaltenders. Hurt on defense quite a bit. I got to go with the over, I think, if it's 5.5. Maybe. But, I mean, I don't think I'd touch this at all. I didn't realize Pionk is out. If Pionk is out, Stanley's going to be playing way too much. Carolina that Stanley's slower than heck. They got Dillon that's slow. Carolina can do circles around that defense. As long as they can keep the possession down in the offensive zone, Carolina can really do some damage down there with Pionk out. And Winnipeg is hot as heck right now. And, no D'Angelo, no Pesci, playing a lot of guys. Man, that's tough. Yeah, that's going to be one hell of a game. It'll be a fun game to watch. I don't think I'll touch it, though. I don't think I'll touch it. This Kings schedule. What? What about the Kings schedule? They play Dallas and Minnesota at home. After the Western road trip that they just went through. At the very least, it's probably a coin flip game, so you take the dog, right? It's probably a coin flip game. So you might as well take the value. It's so hard to count out Carolina in any situation. Their system is insane, and if they get their swarm going and possession game in the offensive zone, they can beat anyone at any time. And Anderson has been playing lights out. They have a tendency to pick away at people at the opposition's games. I don't think there's any team besides maybe Arizona, any team that's more, maybe equal, but any team that's more prepared for the opposition than Carolina. They know where to adjust, how to act. I think the game plan, Carolina's game plan, game to game, is probably second to none. Maybe Minnesota you put up there. Tampa Bay, Cooper has them going pretty darn good. Pittsburgh, those guys, those teams have incredible game plans game to game. And they can win games in many different ways because of that. And Carolina's like that. And I don't know if I put Winnipeg in that category. Winnipeg's really it's a shooting team. They got amazing shooters. You got Connor, Ehlers. You got a lot of speed on those wings. They like to go around defensemen, cut in, go hard to the net. It's a basically pretty simple game plan that doesn't really change. They don't change it up all that much. Where Carolina can change it up in many different ways. And that's why it's difficult not to take Carolina in any situation. But if there was a spot for Winnipeg to beat Carolina, this is probably it. I would think so. I think Minnesota will show how bad. I find it hard. I find it hard to believe that their defense, I don't know. I don't see how they're getting anybody back yet. But putting Russell on waivers tells me that somebody must be coming back. Oh, shoot. Somebody must be coming back into the lineup. Oh, Philadelphia take Kevin Connaughton. Sorry, CL. I thought it was Edmonton. Well, it's not bad. It's pretty good to have. He's not a bad defenseman. I mean, he's not a game changer or anything, that's for sure. But and I still haven't seen Russell put on waivers yet. If he is, that must mean that somebody's coming back. Yeah, but it's Pesci and D'Angelo are huge. Those are big losses. You got Brandon Smith, man, and Jalen Chatfield, Ian Cole on your top pair. That's owie. That really is owie. I think. Oh, Svechnikov is not going to be playing tonight. Okay. Svechnikov is out. Injury to finger. Svechnikov is out. Cole, yeah, but he's playing too high in the lineup. I like Cole, but he's going to have to play a lot of minutes tonight. It evens up the defense for Winnipeg quite a bit. And like I said, they're playing at home. They're hot right now. I think it's a classic draw. I think it's a classic draw. Yeah, he's out. Svech is out too. So, I mean, if there's a spot for Winnipeg, this is it to beat Carolina. There's not too many times you're going to say, I'm going to take Winnipeg in a spot, but this would be the time right here. I wouldn't be surprised Carolina wins. I would give it maybe, but I think Winnipeg is about 60. I give Winnipeg about 60% chance to win this game. 60-40, somewhere around there. Yeah, but they totally outplayed Ottawa. Remember that, Doug. They totally outplayed Ottawa completely. Like Ottawa had no business winning that game. They took a lot, and now Ottawa took a lot of confidence from that, and they're rolling with it. And eventually, a team is going to knock them down because their defense is horrible. They're getting by on energy, and eventually, it's going to fall. I don't know if it's going to be tonight against the Islanders because Islanders' energy is poor. But it could be. Islanders could just shut them down. We're all just sitting here waiting for the Islanders to play the shutdown defense they're known for. And a team like Ottawa would be screwed if they did it tonight. They outshot them like 50 to whatever. I mean, you got the points, but you can't be proud of it. Hey, back. Oilers man is back. Sweet. Thanks for coming in. All right, well, let's keep on looking at the games tonight because that's the way we're flowing. Nothing wrong with that. We didn't even look at the games last night. Well, Penguins beat the Kraken. I mean, Dallas beat the Coyotes. Everything was pretty much the way you figured it, except for the Vancouver game, but we already talked about that. So, Lightning and Canadians. Yeah, it's got to be Lightning all day, right? The thing is, the Lightning will probably put Elliott in. I would not doubt at all that Elliott is in tonight. As they said, I haven't seen any confirmation. And knowing Cooper, you won't get any confirmation till just before game time. Anderson is in net, yes. Yeah, Vasilevsky is projected, but I wouldn't be surprised. What do they got after this? Probably. It's almost, I would be surprised if Edmonton won that game tonight. I would be very surprised. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah, right. Tampa. They're playing Toronto after this. Oh, yeah. They're for sure going to play Elliott tonight. For sure. Because they're for sure going to play Elliott tonight. Over. And then they play, maybe they'll take the first two wins on the road. They'll play Vass in Montreal and Toronto, and they'll play Elliott against Ottawa. Maybe. So that would be interesting to see. Yes, they do have one of the best defenses in the NHL for sure. No doubt about it. But it's still Elliott. I think Elliott still wins, yeah, but I like to have for sure. Vasilevsky's in, that's a for sure. Elliott could drop the ball. I mean, let's face it. I've seen it. How many times have you seen Elliott drop the ball if you're a Philadelphia Flyers fan? I'm going to try to get one of those streams in sometime along the way here. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Now that you mentioned it, I'm going to message Peyton right now. And I'm going to see. Okay, Peyton. I'm going to message him right now, guys. And I'll find out, and I could do a stream with Peyton, do a live stream. Maybe he's doing tonight. Maybe tonight. I could go on with Peyton tonight. By the way, we'll see. Top 5 teams that have defense. Uh-oh. You're going to get in trouble now. You didn't mention Minnesota Wild. Yeah, he's got to bulk up a little more. Well, Nino is, yeah. I don't know what the heck. Like, Nino pisses off coaches a lot. I don't know why. He plays too perimeter for his game, I guess. But, I mean, he still puts up a lot of points. I wouldn't say Florida has horrible defense, but I don't, like, it depends if, I wouldn't say they have horrible defense. I don't know if I'd put them top that far up there, though. But, I knew Denny was going to chime in. Minnesota's got the best defense in the league. Tampa Bay is probably the best. What about Colorado? Did you not mention Colorado there? Colorado, man. Colorado's got the best defense in the league, besides maybe Tampa Bay. Colorado, Tampa Bay. Just Makar alone. Just Makar alone. Rangers, same as Florida. I think Rangers are almost there. They got Lindgren, Miller, Fox. You know, I think they have a very, very good defense there, but their depth is a little bit sour. Avs have Makar, and that is it. What are you talking about, Warren? Holy smokes, buddy. Come on. My longest tenured patron coming up with that. Come on. You got to be kidding me. Let's go. Let's pull up Colorado here for a second. Oh, I guess you don't like Johnson. I think Johnson. They got Devin Taves, man. Makar, Samuel Girard is great. What do you mean? And when Bowen Byram is in, you've got Eric Johnson on your bottom pairing. Eric Johnson's still a top 4 defenseman. I don't know. We'll have to agree to disagree there, buddy. I think there's not too many defenses in the league that can pony up that. Samuel Girard would be a number 1 on just about everybody's D. When Bowen Byram's not injured, he would be probably on a top pair on a lot of teams' D. And Eric Johnson for sure is a top 4 in just about every team in the league. So I don't know. And then Makar is like is a legend above all. So I don't know about that. But Taves is amazing. Taves is way better than people. Maybe the most underrated defenseman in the league. I was saying that with the Islanders. When there was talk that they were going to trade Nylander back or Marner or something like that, I had them go into the Islanders, and Taves was one of the guys I had picking to go there. Flames for team defense, but the actual man-for-man defense on that team, you know, like, no, but their team defense is spectacular right now. Absolutely spectacular. Most underrated is Orlov? I don't know about that. Never really thought about it. I'll give that some thought, but my top 5 favorite teams, Golden Knights and Oilers are almost a tie. Philadelphia, Carolina, and I don't know, what's my 5th? I don't know what my 5th is. I'd have to think. Probably Ottawa right now. That one will change all the time. I think he's having a good year this year, but he didn't have a good year last year. He's turned it around this year, though. Then a lot of the team didn't have a good year last year, really, so. All right, what else do we got? What's our next game? Anyways, we got the Lightning all day, right? And we talked about the Islanders, Senators, Predators, Red Wings. I'm leaning the Red Wings because of their energy right now, but I'm not sure how they're doing it. And they're at home. I'll give it to them as a home team. But I'm not really a fan of the game. Maybe schedule change my mind a little bit. Nashville's been home for a while. Shouldn't be any problems there. Detroit. Detroit has been home for a while. They're on a heater. Yeah, I'll go with Detroit. Why not? You're picking the Preds? Okay. Well, it's a little too early to say he's the best pick in the draft. That didn't Power get picked first overall? Power's chewing up the college ranks right now, like absolutely freaking destroying college ranks right now. So it's hard to say, but he looks good so far, that's for sure. And yeah, I mean, when I found out that Detroit was all over him, I thought for sure he's probably a lot better than people are giving him credit for. But honestly, I didn't get enough of a chance to watch him. I do know he was compared to Marner. What? Oilers a Stanley Cup. They trade a Stanley Cup for that? I don't understand that. Kings Wings in the finals? Oh, that would be interesting. Be waiting a while, I think, for that. Power was 2021? Okay. I'd have to look it up then. 220, what was it? That was the year Rossi got snubbed in down to Minnesota. Oh, that was Lafreniere, yeah. Oh, you got to give him time yet, too. He's a big guy. He's got to grow in his body. Same as Byfield. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, it looks like Jake Sanderson, I don't think he's going to be able to be that. But Defensemen take a little longer. You got Drysdale. I mean, that was a really good draft. And Askarov can still be the best guy in the draft yet. Askarov could still be the best guy in the draft yet. Rossi was 2020. Yeah, he's had injury problems. Byfield will have a say, yeah. But I mean, the way the trajectory looks right now, those guys aren't even close to where Raymond is yet. So, but they're bigger bodies. They're a different style of game. You heard that Rask is an e-bug? What's an e-bug? He's just. He said he said that he was willing to be a third string goaltender and do whatever he had to do. What's an e-bug? I think that must have been. Yeah, emergency backup goal. Oh, okay. Emergency backup goalie? Yeah. That's what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to be like a goalie coach. No, I don't like the Bruins this year. They're going to have to grasp at straws to try to get some people for depth in the forward ranks and the defensemen to even have a chance to be a contender. I don't consider the Bruins a contender. I never got a chance to watch Raymond that much, but everything I heard was that he was better than they were projecting him to be. And he was getting strongly compared to Mitch Marner, which it looks like he is becoming a lot like Mitch Marner. I still say that junior hockey is the best development league for the NHL, but yeah, you've got great talent like that, they're going to make it. Yeah, he's had a lot of injury issues and stuff like that, which is really too bad. What if the NHL wanted me to play in the NHL? I'd say that the NHL must suck pretty bad. If they wanted me to play in the NHL, that's for sure. What's next game? Ooh, Ducks versus Sabres. I'm going to stick with the Ducks, but I don't like the fact that they're on a back-to-back. And the Sabres are totally resilient. Like every time, it's hard for me to go against the Sabres in any game because they're such a resilient team. But I think the young legs in Anaheim will take that. I think. It's an I think. I'm not totally confident in it. Anaheim, yeah. Okay, they were off for a while before they went to Washington. Man, oh man, they're playing 5 games in 7. They got to win this game. They're going to win this game, I think. Because Pittsburgh and St. Louis, they're probably done. They're dead by that time. They got to go from Washington to Buffalo, which is a bit of a trek. Then to Columbus. Isn't it closer to go Washington to Columbus than Washington to Buffalo? Let me know. No, it's not? Okay. All right, don't know my geography off the top of my head, but I gotta figure with Luukkonen in, they'll get her done. Even though they're using Stolars, but that Buffalo team scares me. They're relentless. They're a relentless team. They don't give up. Like, they just don't give up, which is not something you would have ever said about Buffalo before. But Middlestat is back. That team looks a lot better with Middlestat up the middle. Dylan Cousins is playing fantastic. They got all their defensemen back. It's just goaltending. It's just goaltending. If they had a solid goaltender, they would win a lot more. But with Luukkonen in and Anaheim, I wonder if Anaheim's getting anybody back. That would be huge if they could get. I know it's not going to be Getzlaf. Sam Steele. Vinny Lettieri on the left side? They're playing him up there? Why? Who's out? Enrique, okay. Yeah, I don't know. What's the Sabres PL, I think. Yeah, Sabres PL. Anaheim's got a bunch of people out. They're on a back-to-back. They got Stolars in, who did have a good game last game. His consistency is not the greatest, though. 2.8, 2.919. That's going to be a tough game. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might go Sabres, too. It's the Luukkonen's the big question mark there. Middlestat, yeah. What are you talking about, Oilers? A goalie with no mask? Jeez. They'd have to pay me like enough money that my family would be able to take care of me after I got, became comatose. I think the Sabres might have that one. I think the Sabres could do that. It's just I think I would stay away from it with the Luukkonen thing. Stolars has played fairly well. They could hold him in. Yeah. They got quite a few injuries there. Enrique and Getzlaf. Raquel has been playing hot, though. They got Vinny Lettieri playing in the top four. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist in 6 games, though. Holy crap, I didn't realize that. You know how much I like Lundestrom, Silverberg. I definitely like Anaheim's defense more. Not the easiest game in the world. Oh, did you? You accidentally put Let's Go Kings in the chat? I don't know. That's over under. I mean, it's all that Luukkonen kid. I don't know enough about him. I know what I saw last year. He could get lit up completely. I would probably go over. That'd probably seem like the most likely. You got Stolars, who can be inconsistent. And Luukkonen could get totally lit up for all we know. I mean, he could have a strong game, but I would lean that he probably won't. You got to at least have 3 there. Yeah, but I mean, that's just a lean. I don't know if I'd put that in or not. I don't, all of those things, I don't come to my real pick knowing what I'm going to do until usually about 3:30, somewhere around there. That's when I come in and I put everything out to everybody. So, good idea to get on bpalpicks.com, guys. Oh, 6? Ugh. I thought it was 5.5. It seems like all of it right there. 6 seems like all of it. You're pounding the Blues? You don't want to do that, Devondra. Or is that a song by Howlin' Wolf? You don't want to be going the Blues. They weren't able to, they needed to call people up, but they didn't have any cap space. So they're only going to be playing 10 forwards, and I think they're doing 10 forwards and 7 defensemen. Well, they were shutting down McDavid because the defense couldn't get the puck out of the zone, and McDavid spent most of his time there. That's why. That's what happens with the Oilers. They have what they're supposed to have puck-moving defensemen, but they don't. It seems like they just think that because a guy gets lots of points, he's a puck-moving defenseman, but he's not. That if you can't get the puck out of your zone, what's McDavid going to do? He's got to skate it all the way out from the offensive zone. And he has to do that far too often with that defense. So by the time he gets, I mean, he can't do everything. If they had guys that could move the puck out to the blue line or to the red line with a nice swift pass on a regular basis, just simply be able to carry the puck out, skate the puck out, do something of that nature, then McDavid would have a lot easier time against. And a team like LA, they got Kopitar, Danault, I mean, super strong defensive centers that are going to be all over that. He could, yeah. That's the thing, is he always could, but he wasn't able to do that against LA at all. Had a very difficult time against LA. The whole team did. The team defense was just not there. And it's funny, just after Tortorella said that McDavid has got to change the way he plays his game. And honestly, I think that's really not about a McDavid thing. That's an Oilers thing. But they also don't really have the pieces to play the way that you need to. Husso has been solid for the Blues. Yeah, it's just they're going to be so short man tonight against Florida. Also, talk about sponsored. Thank you. Manscaped. Go hit the link. Hit that link. I'm going to show you. Here we go. I'm going to do something here. I had that out of this. I'm going to make this huge. Cover me up for a second. See that promo code Pearlo Dance on the Landscaped website? Just Manscaped. Go over there. Hit that link. Promo code Pearlo Dance. Go check it out if you buy or whatever. But if we get 10 people to hit that link, we get full sponsorship from thumb. If you really wanted to help a human being out, didn't take much of your time, that would be what to do. And I would highly recommend their products too. Otherwise, we wouldn't have them as a sponsor. And by the way, I don't have my tie on because I forgot to mention that I have my Manscaped shirt on right now. Manscaped. Right there. You can get those two there. You can get the shirts there. Oh, McAvoy's so underrated. It's crazy. He could if they would have gave him the Norris last year, I would have been all over that. If they would have gave him the Norris last year, I would have been, well, I still would have been upset because I still think Fox should win it. And I wanted them to break the stupid, you got to be in the playoffs to get the award nonsense. So that was good. But I wouldn't have complained too much if McAvoy got it because he deserved it as well. For sure. Oh, if McAvoy... if they lose McAvoy, Boston is, they're in bad shape. Such bad shape. Everything revolves around McAvoy on that team right now, without a doubt. For their defense, he is everything for them. Let's see if I can get it. I don't think I can put the link in there. I can't put the link in here, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I can. Does that work? Check it out. That's the link. Go check it out. You get everything there, man. It's good stuff. I was even surprised. It's a lot easier to have a sponsor when you actually like the product, and I like the product. It's really good. Yeah, Jake Muzzin would certainly hurt a lot. Oh, really? Oh, I got way more, man. I think I got more hair than I do skin, actually. All right. So we talked about the Jets. Oh, we haven't talked about the Rangers and Blackhawks. Rangers and Blackhawks with Georgiev in net and Fleury in net. I think I'm going to lean Chicago here. But I'm not really liking... I think they got some guys out that makes it disappointing. But they're playing really solid defense. They're surprising some teams right now. They're at home. Computer is taking the Rangers all day. Well, the Rangers are on a heater right now. They beat Buffalo, which isn't much. New York isn't much. Boston, underrated, our overrated Boston team. Philadelphia's crap. Had a tough one against San Jose, and then they beat Chicago at home. But it was only 3-2. Now they're going to play Chicago on their home and home. And that was with Shesterkin in net, I believe. Chicago, yeah, was it? No, it was Georgiev too. Ah, boy. But they're at home. And Chicago beat Washington 4-3. That was at home. Washington was tired. St. Louis, they won 3-2, and they beat the Islanders 3-2. They're playing a heck of a lot better, for sure. And Georgiev, I'm just not a Georgiev guy. Not a Georgiev guy at all. Fleury 500. You're not even born totally. Oh, you're just 13 years old. Okay. Well, there's not much you can do about that then. Yeah, but yeah, Fleury, it took a while for them to adjust, and then now Chicago's playing far better defensively. His last couple games, his save percentage has been getting better and better and better. To beat Fleury, you go 5-0. If you can, yeah. You're picking Chicago. Shesterkin is hurt, yeah, and that's going to be tough for the Rangers against really good teams. I'm not sure that. I mean, I could see the Rangers winning tonight for sure, but when they get up to like if they got to play, what's their schedule like coming up here? Oh, they got Colorado after this. Woo, boy. And then Buffalo. I'm surprised they're playing Georgiev here. Who's their third string goaltender? I don't even know. Because they don't have Shesterkin. Adam Huska. I'm surprised that why are they because Colorado's going to have crappy goaltending too. That you want to talk about an over all day long. There's an early. They're going to play Adam Huska tomorrow. How did he do in the minors? Oh, he had good numbers in the minors though. And he's a big boy. How old is he? 24. Got drafted in the 7th round by the Rangers. Slovakian dude. And put up good numbers in the AHL. That should be interesting. Where are you guys? There we go. Yeah, he's been kicked off of like 5 teams in the KHL too. Going for 500th win. Who's going for 5? Fleury's going for 500th win. Wow, yeah, the Oilers really messed up Talbot's development quite a bit. They overplayed the crap out of that guy. Like now he's a decent goaltender. He's not great, but he's not terrible. He's the epitome of average. But the way sometimes he gets on hot streaks though and he stops everything. Rangers are playing solid. Hawks up and down. Rangers got this. Lauren thinks the Rangers too. I'm kind of on the fence. I don't really know. I just don't like Georgiev. That's the biggest thing. I don't like Georgiev at all. However, he has been playing pretty decent as of late. The last 2 games he played pretty well. It's possible that now that Shesterkin is hurt, it's like he's got a fervor to really knows that he can take it over right now. Because he sure looks like he has the talent to do it. I wonder what Yakupov is doing right now. What is he doing? I know he got kicked off of like 3 KHL teams already. Where's he playing this year? Look at his. If you look up Yakupov and his on hockey DB, if you look at his profile picture, he looks like he's freaking. It looks like a mugshot. It looks like he's just pissed. I guess he's a really negative dude. And now he only got like, he's playing for Omsk Avant-Garde, or he did, no, he is this year again. And he got like 18 points in 32 games, that's it. He never really put much up in the KHL too. When he went to St. Petersburg, he had 23 goals the first year. And since then, he's been just an average blah player in the KHL. Yeah, like you said, he can get hot. But he's not the guy I want as my number one to win a cup, for sure. I don't want Talbot as my number one to win a cup. There's lots of other goaltenders I'd rather have as my number one than Talbot. So it's like 50-50. I'm leaning Chicago at home, but yeah, he can get hot. Like, Talbot can get hot for like stretches, but consistently overall all the time, he can also get like not hot for stretches. He's more consistent now than he was before, but he's still not the most consistent goaltender out there for sure. Do we have any more? Sharks and Flames. They're putting Vladar in against Hill. I still like Vladar over Hill. I'm really surprised at how well Vladar is doing in Calgary. I never saw that coming. Chalk put something in the I never saw that coming category is how well Vladar is doing in Calgary. His numbers are fantastic. Jones did it? That's saying something right there. Yeah, Vegas. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because Vegas shoots right in the freaking breadbasket of the goaltender all the time. They start gripping their stick too tight for whatever reason. He's not doing very well. Ratu. I believe he got traded. I believe he got traded, if I remember correctly. Oh, sorry. Oh, no. He's doing good in the internet. Oh, he is doing a lot better. Sorry, I was wrong. He got traded. He got traded from Karpat to Jokerit. And when he got to Jokerit, he has 11 points in 9 games with 6 goals. So he's doing pretty good, actually. Whatever that trade must have helped him a lot. Isn't that an Islanders pick too, right? Wow, did they ever need that? If he starts crushing it, that's going to be huge for them. You're taking San Jose, really? At least he's putting up points in Finland now. So wait a second, I got somebody at the door. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. No, not from the Islanders. He got traded in Finland. He started in Finland for Karpat, and he only had 1 assist in 6 games. And then they traded him to Jokerit, and he had 11 points in 9 games. So they must have played him a lot, maybe, or whatever, or found something, whatever was missing with him, because he struggled last year. And then he started slow this year, and then the trade happened, and now he's doing a lot better. Yeah, he didn't get traded from the Islanders. But that'll be huge. If he could, they need guys like that so bad. The Islanders need young players in that lineup so bad. I'm leaning the Ducks. I'm not so. I actually kind of like Chicago because I'm not a Georgiev guy. And I'm not even sure about. I could see Detroit beating the Predators. I do like the Flames though. The Predators Detroit game seems like a tie. Seems like a draw. It all depends on Nedeljkovic. They've been playing Nedeljkovic a lot too. It also depends on who the goaltender is. If it's Grice, maybe I go Nashville. I'm not. Where the heck is it? Detroit. Yeah, they still haven't said who's going to be in net for either team. I don't think anybody's on a back-to-back there. Okay, so Nashville. Yeah, Nashville will almost certainly be playing Saros there. Then they'll play Saros against the Islanders and probably Ingram against New Jersey. So definitely we'll be playing Saros. Detroit. Almost. Nedeljkovic seems to be their guy now. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Nedeljkovic there too. And Nedeljkovic is here nor there, but he's been playing a lot better as of late. And Juuse Saros hasn't been playing as well as of late. But the team defense hasn't been as well. Good. So Detroit's on a heater right now. They're won like lots in a row. Right? Detroit. Yeah, they won like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. They're scoring like crazy. Nashville had a big win against Montreal, but actually that was a tough win against a bad Montreal team. They lost to an overrated Boston team, and then Merzlikins like just went to crap for that Columbus game, and they won 6-0, and they got destroyed by Colorado. So to me, it seems like Nashville's trending down. I think I like Detroit. By the way, hi, Jennifer. Thanks for coming in. It could be, if Saros is playing at the top of his game, that could be an under, yeah. But if you look at Detroit, the last 4 games or 5 games, they're scoring 4 goals a game right now. That Raymond kid is going nuts. Now, how long has Bertuzzi been out? I don't know. I think he's been out for a while. I think they've been doing it without Bertuzzi. It doesn't really make much sense, actually, because that lineup shouldn't really be scoring all that much. But it looks like they've just found a groove right now. The question is whether that's going to keep on holding at home Against Nashville, I'm leaning that it probably will. So I would have to say that I'm not on Nashville. Yeah. I could see a draw. I could see a draw in that game. But if I had a lean, I would probably say Detroit. Because they're at home and they're hot right now. Nashville seems to be trending the other way. So let's see, before we go, if there's any new news out. Go to Pro Hockey Rumors, where I get all my news from. Blue Jackets reached an extension with him. No, not really. Philadelphia's claim Connaughton. That's the last real news. The Isles are not dogs. Yeah, they're against Ottawa. Yeah. What about David Rittich? They're playing Rittich? Oh gosh, I hope not. I don't see Rittich being played there, no. If they are, then it's Detroit all day for sure. Why would Detroit play Rittich there? It doesn't make sense because they're gonna have to play Rittich against St. Louis or Calgary on the back-to-back. I don't think they're gonna play Saros on both. Maybe they decide to give Saros a lot of rest and they play him against St. Louis and they put Rittich in, then Detroit for sure. Every day, Jennifer. I put picks out every day. I do picks every day. Usually around 3, like after my show here, I'll look at some things and see where we go from there. I have one in already now. I put one in early, but every day you get them. When you ask me when are they available for the month, I don't do picks like for like 3 days in advance. I do picks for each day. Well, let's say yesterday I went 8-1, Jennifer. I had 8 correct and 1 incorrect. It depends on the day. Sometimes it's a bad card. I don't put much out. Sometimes it's a really good card. I put lots out. Depends. I have a parlay option. I only have 1 member on that. Have a live option. I only have, yeah, so it's lots of fun too. It's good times. Go check it out. You got one. You can go for 1 day if you want. You can try it for a day. Day, week, month. Day, week, month. You can do it for a week, for a day, for a month. You know what? You'd have to check that out on the website. I think there's a monthly extra to it or whatever, to tell you the honest truth. You'd have to check it out on the website. I can't remember, to tell you the honest truth. Yeah, you can check it out for the day. See if you like it. Say hi. Tell me when you're there. Tell me when you're there. Let me know when you're there. But I got to get going now, guys. That's my full 42. I got to pick up the lovely lady. She's a nurse. Look at everybody comes in at 3 o'clock. Look at everybody in the land comes in. Oh, that's right. I was going to start doing 1:30. Okay, you know what? Tomorrow, because this happens every single time. Tomorrow, I'm going to start doing 1:30 to 3:30 Mountain Time. (1:30 to 3:30 Mountain Time. Is everybody cool with that? I'm going to start doing that tomorrow. I forgot I was going to do that. Pearlo on fire. Yeah. Always. Always. I'm 122 and... just make sure I got that right here before I go. I am 122 and 68 on picks. 122 and 68. So I'd say it's a pretty lucrative adventure to go over there for whatever you're going to get. 120, if you can't win, if you can't do well with 122 and 68, well, there's not much I can help you with, really. Those are spectacular. You're not going to find a capper out there that even comes close to that. Maybe as good, maybe, but I don't think anybody would be better. That's my full 42, guys, and I'm going to try that 1:30 to 3:30 tomorrow. The bad part about that, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not. So yeah, 125 and 68. Those are stupendous numbers. If you can, those are like just, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Okay, that's my full 42, everybody. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.